Of all the faithful servants of mankind down through the ages, none has served us better than old Bossy, the cow. Since time began, milk has been one of the most nutritious of all foods. Composed of proteins, butter fat, carbohydrates, calcium, and a complete assortment of all the vitamins required by man. Truly a wonderful gift from nature. But only during recent years has milk been brought up to its present high standards of purity and goodness.
Technology and the way we milk cows is probably the biggest, going from hand milking cows into a bucket, going to machines, going to newer parlors with automated takeoffs, going to the rotary parlor, and even to the steps of the robotic milkings, you know.
Okay.
And how we milk the cows has progressed greatly.
I mean, what do you think about your father's lifetime? I mean, this is a generational dairy farm. What do you think happened in his lifetime?
From hand stripping all of them, pouring in a 10-gallon can, and taking it to the milk plant in a 10-gallon can,
okay,
back in the truck.
All right.
And I went from that to vacuum tanks at the barn when they, put the machine up, vacuum, pull it into the tank.
So you can,
and then load it on a truck. That's
huge.
It went from there to where it is today. Come on, girl. Hey.
And the whole deal is, all of our research, all of our studies are ways that we can manage that first 30 days of the lactation. And the first 30 has the biggest impact on the next 30. You know, you're not going to have a cow with problems at 60 days. They started back in the first 30 days.
Okay, so
if I get her past that, the 30 to 60 becomes nothing.
Okay.
The whole problem is the first 30 days.
It's not an either or. I keep coming back to this. It's not an either or. Either the dairyman wins and the cow loses, or the cow wins and I don't know what happens to the dairyman. Everybody wins is what I'm trying.
It's a win-win.
Yeah. It is. It's a win-win. Right. What we're doing with this is we are not stimulating the feed intake with a chemical, and we're not using some kind of severe shock or stimulation. What we're doing is we're taking advantage of the animal's natural anatomy and physiology to produce two things. One is naturally eat more, and secondly, naturally recover faster because they've eaten more. So the whole thing is quite different.
The BST, you can't use it. They took it off the market. And this is, he said this is similar to that. Yeah. Without the injection, and there's no drug residue or nothing like that. I mean, he really liked it.
So do you think it'll do the same thing as BST did?
Yeah.
Before they banned it?
And he's always talking about that you keep the cow eating, you keep her healthy.
Yeah.
And if she got mastitis or coliform, something like that, as long as she's eating, she'll get over it.
Okay.
That's the main key, is to keep them eating.
Yeah.
And he really believes this will do it.
Yeah.
What we found is that it increases the size of the rumen quickly after the birth of their calves, so that they have a higher capacity to eat food at the critical time of recovery and also over the course of a lactation cycle.
If it's the boss, it's for milk production. If it's me, it's the health of the cow,
Okay.
That's what I get paid, to take care of the cows for healthy,
Okay.
And that's what I liked about it, Keep her eating, keep her healthy.
If you had an unlimited supply, how many cows would you put in them?
I'd do all of my fresh cows.
All your fresh cows?
Yeah.
Okay. Can either of you think of anything in the future that might change, that they're talking about, that might impact the dairy or the beef for the veterinary industry in a similar way?
I like this device as one of my biggest impacts because it'll have effect on the biggest negative effect in the industry, which is the transition period.